Achilles is not merely the best warrior. That is too small. He is an archetype of a man already initiated into death. He is undivided, without restraint. There is no half measure in him. Most men are mixtures. They bargain with themselves. They dilute impulse with caution, duty, fear, habit. Achilles does not. Whatever enters him, honor, love, loyalty, grief, rage, whatever he does not just feel it, he becomes it completely. He is a man in whom one principle has become absolute. It is not just violence. It is uncompromising intensity of being. He is terrifying, beautiful, and doomed. Because he refuses the life that most people accept. But that kind of existence does not stay contained. It spills. Achilles is not dangerous only because he is strong. He is dangerous because his will is concentrated to a point so sharp that it cuts into everything around him. He does not need to act to have an effect. His presence is already enough. Men begin to make decisions with him in mind, even when he is absent. Command shifts around him. Morale rises and falls with him. Even silence changes when he is there. But it comes at a cost, because there's nothing inside him that says, enough. This creates a paradox. A normal man can step back and reduce his effect on the world. Achilles cannot, because he is a center of gravity. When Achilles withdraws, men die. The problem is not that if he acts, destruction follows. It is also, if he does not act, destruction follows. He is too consequential to be private. A man like Achilles cannot remain internal. He becomes an event. His inner state alters reality around him. His soul has strategic consequences. This is why the Iliad does not begin with armies and battle. The song sings of Achilles' rage and not of the greed of King Agamemnon. For the king is only a trigger. He is not the center. Achilles is the only man amongst the Achaeans willing to step to power and speak the truth. And he is punished brutally for it, publicly humiliated. Agamemnon escalates a bad command decision and takes the girl Briseis from Achilles. The same insult given to another man would remain personal. Given to Achilles, it becomes civilizational. This is not a story about injustice. It is a story about what happens when injustice clashes with magnitude. There is a reason why men fight a decade-long war over a woman, and why now Achilles does not fight because of one. It was never about the girl, and it is completely about the girl. She's not the center of the plot. She is the exposed nerve of the whole system. Through her, we see that life can be used, that honor can be reassigned, that value is conditional, that suffering is transferable. This is not romance. It is revelation through violation. It is not about the girl in the shallow sense, but it is absolutely about her in the deepest sense. She is where the structure reveals itself. And the cost of this does not remain abstract. Achilles' anchor to the world is broken. His closest friend, Patroclus, dies. That is the turning point. Because now Achilles' withdrawal is no longer a principle. It has become blood. Achilles fully embraces death, and he becomes it. When he returns to battle, he returns as pure excess. Even the river rises against him. The Scamander swells, choking on the dead. But Achilles is juggernaut, unstoppable. Not only does he kill Hector, he drags him until what remained of a man, a father, a husband, and a guardian is completely destroyed. That is Achilles in full. Grief, vengeance, love, and nothing to regulate it. Totality. There is nothing in him that knows to stop once he has become something. That is his greatness. That is his horror. Achilles is not tragic because he is flawed. He is tragic because he is undivided. He is too intense for the world, too much for himself, too real to pretend, too powerful to withdraw, too absolute to remain harmless. He cannot compromise without breaking, act without consequence, nor refuse without consequence. So everything becomes costly. His greatness is real. His nobility is real. His sensitivity is real. His destruction is real. Nothing in him is partial. It is beautiful and catastrophic. Achilles is not just a character. He is a type of man. A man whose intensity gives him force, presence, loyalty, courage, but it also makes him costly and difficult. Not because he is evil, but because he is uncontained. So the question is not, should you be like Achilles? The question is, what can bind this kind of fire? Not suppression, structure. Because intensity without structure is destruction. Structure without intensity is not really alive. A forge does not remove fire. It contains it. It holds the tension. And with that control, it can burn hotter and brighter. It can create. Achilles never learns that. And that is why everything around him pays for what he is.